Today we're going to answer the question, at least from my opinion, but it's pretty factual actually, is why do so many people lose this crypto game? They get completely wiped out. Think about your typical bull run. Prices are low, right? I remember when Bitcoin was 50K here not long ago, and people are freaking out and they're selling. And it's at the moment where your stomach is starting to get a little bit upset and you're like, will this thing really go to what if this goes to 20,000? What if this goes to zero? And you feel that fear. That's when I'm like, yep, that's when I start buying. And then the opposite of that is that fear of missing out. When everything is pumped, when everything is shooting through the roof, when everything is green, I guarantee you when Bitcoin hits 100K, there's going to be a lot of fresh capital coming in, people buying it. Because the news and the media is going to be saying $250,000 Bitcoin or $500,000 Bitcoin or $1 million Bitcoin. And the algorithms love that kind of content. So what's actually happening? And I think when you understand the psychology of the market, this game gets a lot easier. This is exactly what's happening. When everything is crashing, we'll call them noobs, or the less sophisticated investor, that's a way better way to put it. The less sophisticated investor is making very emotional, short-term decisions. They don't know the markets. They don't know the assets. They don't even know why they bought this stuff, and they're selling it. They're dumping it. And the smart money is buying it up. The smart money gets positioned. You hear me talk about that a lot. Positioned. Smart money. We're talking hedge funds. We're talking about institutions. We're talking about smart money. We're talking about, whales are getting positioned. People who really understand this space are getting positioned. And then guess what happens? These hedge funds, these institutions, the smart money goes to the media and pays the media. And the media produces content pumping up crypto. You'll see it all over the place. When you start seeing it on billboards and every time you open your phone and everyone's going crazy for it, that content gets consumed by, again, the less sophisticated investor who, when Bitcoin's 100 grand and it's all over the news, they're going to say, oh my God, this is our chance. This is our shot. Algorithms on social media are pushing this kind of stuff out. Everyone and their mom is talking about it. The grandmas are talking about it. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. And guess what the smart money's doing? As all that new capital comes in, all the new players come in, all the less sophisticated investors come in, which is providing liquidity into the markets, they're exiting. They're taking their profits. They're taking their 3x, 5x, 8x, 12x profits. They're laughing all the way to the bank. And then the people who are less sophisticated are left holding the bag and things crash. This happens every cycle. And once you understand that, you're not going to blame the institutions or blame the smart money or blame the powers that be. You're no longer going to be victim to it. You're just oh, okay. That's how they're playing the game. I'm just going to do whatever smart money does. It's literally all on chain too. And you can see how money moves through exchanges. I'm just going to do what smart money does, and I'm going to mimic them. And I'm going to just do what they do and think how they think, and you'll be okay. And most people are not thinking that way. They think that they're smarter than the hedge funds, than the institutions, than the pros that do this literally full time with massive teams behind them. They think they're smarter than them. You're not. And you're not going to fight them. You can choose to simply play their game and not try to fight it. Fair, unfair, that's not my place to say. But that is how it is, and I just accept that as truth. And now I obviously like providing liquidity and being a liquidity provider because I get paid fees and cash flow. And then with that cash flow, I buy up my crypto. And then when the smart money's getting out, I get out and I lock in the profits, especially when there's massive pumps. And then I buy back when things have crashed, rinse and repeat. You can get extremely wealthy doing that. And it's not that it's quote unquote difficult. It's psychologically, emotionally difficult, but the actual tactics and strategies are fairly simple. Really hope that helps. Jump into the frameworks and strategies section in the UIG. Study up. We're adding more frameworks in that section. Check it out. And with that said, I'll see you tomorrow.